And now, and now airbag symbol. Hello friends, welcome back to the bench. Today we're gonna perform a forbidden repair. Now, why is it forbidden, or who says it's forbidden? Well, eBay does. I have a transcript over here of my conversation with an eBay representative. Basically, as you know, I mainly repair ECMs, and I perform the IC608 resoldering job, which resolves the misfire on Gen 3 Subarus. And I wanted to expand my offer by also offering a removal of the airbag symbol from the dash. So basically it disables your airbag if you, well, in this case, there's just cracked solder on the LED indicator overhead. A very basic repair. You can perform it. It's actually a lot easier than what I do with ECMs, and it's a lot quicker too, and I charge very little money for it. But I wanted to expand my offer to by this repair as well, because most clients that send me ECMs usually also suffer from this issue. They also have no working airbag. However, when I submitted my listing or tried to list my service, eBay, the automatic filter said that I'm not allowed to list airbags, used airbags, or any system airbag system, and without proper certification, without proper papers that I need to send them, that I actually know what I'm doing. And that's obviously, that's fair enough. You know, you don't want to buy some second-hand airbag system, and it either doesn't deploy when it's needed, or it deploys accidentally and hurts you, or God forbid causes serious injuries. So obviously that makes sense, but this piece is not really related to airbag. It's one of those, before the airbag is ready to deploy, the system needs to run self-check, right, to make sure everything is right. And one of those is the seat switch, the switch on the seat that detects whether someone's sitting in it. The airbag is not going to deploy if it's not turned on, if it's not detecting that someone's sitting on that seat. If, on the other hand, the switch is disconnected, it also won't deploy, or it will also report a failure, because the switch is not present, so the airbag system won't deploy. The same thing with those LED indicators on the overhead panel. If one of the LEDs is damaged, it doesn't light up, that will also be detected as a failure, and the airbag will not deploy. So technically, those two are not part of the actual airbag system, but they are crucial for the airbag to deploy, right? So I wrote, since I couldn't list it, I reached out to customer service, or the seller service. Very nice guy, Ray Ruiz, something like that. Basically, I'm sorry to notify you that the item is not permitted to be listed on the site, which is why you are encountering this issue while attempting to list it after checking your account and item in your draft. I hope I was able to answer your concern to your understanding. May I please know if there is anything else you wish me to assist you? So basically saying that, well, sorry, you can't list it, and And is there anything else I can help you with? Okay, thank you for nothing. But obviously, no, I wasn't rude to him or anything. Because it's probably making 200 rupees a month, and he's just clicking the buttons. He's not responsible. It's not his fault. I'm not gonna take out my frustrations on the nice support guy. However, I did want to know, so I wrote him, could you link me to the paragraph in the terms which is preventing me from listing this item? And blah, blah, blah. He sends me the prohibited, restricted items, vehicle parts, accessories, policies, right? Airbag and their parts or accessories. This is neither a part nor accessory of the airbag system, right? Or you could argue that I can't sell the seat because it's also connected to that whole circuitry, and also if damaged, the airbag is not going to deploy. It just happens to cause an airbag error, right? But it talks, as far as I know, it talks to ECM. It doesn't talk to the actual airbag deployment system. Blah, blah, blah. So he was nice enough to also state, upon checking, it's still not allowed to list an ECM. So basically, I reach out to get some help to list my second repair, and as a courtesy, they're gonna remove my primary repair, the repair that funds this bench, right? So obviously, I was kind of demotivated when they told me that. Well, I just finished it with saying, what did I say? Well, thank you for your time. What else can I say? Well, again, I'm not gonna take out my frustration on poor guy that is answering emails and chatting with clients all day, and probably other frustrated clients. It's understandable that eBay wants to cover their butt, because suppose you do buy a faulty airbag from eBay, it causes serious damage, then obviously eBay doesn't want to be have any part in that, right? So yeah, you want to sell an airbag, you need to show us the papers that you're certified, and you know what you're doing. So that is perfectly fine by me, and I absolutely understand that. On the other hand, taking away my primary repair because I'm trying to send another one. It's kind of like, I was too hasty or too greedy. I wanted to, list another one, and so for that reason I lost both. However, as of today, my listing is still up. Since then, this was on the 30th of September. So as of today, my listing is still up, and I still made few sales since then, and so it looks like they didn't actually follow through with removing my other listing. But I figured, since that's how it works, right? Unless they actually get notified, they allow a lot of stuff to be sold on eBay. And I personally had some items that I bought that were in direct violation to the terms of service of eBay, and it's still up because I haven't reported it, because I don't care. So unless the eBay actually is notified by someone or gets like a red flag on something, they don't know, they don't check. Looks like they don't like run periodic scans on items being sold on eBay to make sure that all of them are following the terms of service. So I figured what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna perform this repair. This is gonna be the second time I'm performing this repair, and then I'm gonna list they list this repair on eBay without mentioning anything airbag related, right? It's just cracked solder removal or resoldering few resistors on the overhead panel, which in turn causes the airbag to be faulty or reports the faulty airbag system. And we'll see if that's going to be removed. Technically, I don't. That happened. Technically, I'm not breaking any rules because, again, it's a matter of opinion. This is not part of airbag system. This is the repair that anyone can do. You can see it on eBay being done on YouTube being done by mechanics. Not exactly the way I'm gonna show you how to do it, but it still works at least for a long while. Uh, it's relatively basic. It's ECM, the IC608 resoldering job. That's a lot more complex. If you've never resoldered QFN chip, it's going to be a nightmare. And I've seen two so far that you guys performed yourselves, and you see how difficult it is. It definitely is. But with this one, there's no way you can screw it up. I mean, there's always a way you can screw it up, but it's very hard to screw it up. And you don't even need a microscope. You don't need a high-end soldering irons. You don't need hot station for it. Just a regular soldering iron and half an hour of your time. And your airbag is working on the car. If you want to take it to the mechanic, I haven't. Maybe I will reach out to some local mechanics and just ask them how much would it be to repair my airbag. And I believe that the majority of that price will be just a tracing what exactly is wrong with the airbag. I expect that you can connect some diagnostic tools that will tell you exactly why the airbag error symbol is displayed on the dashboard, and this should give you some idea that it's the overhead panel that is causing it. Maybe not. Either way, it should be at least a couple $100 just to find out what's wrong, and then probably the replacement, right? I don't expect it to be very expensive, but this will probably be $500, maybe $600 repair that you can that you can repair in literally half an hour with some basic tools. So let's get to the car, and let's take the part out, inspect it, and repair it. The forbidden repair. Okay, so what you're gonna need for this repair is a plastic spudger and a Phillips head screwdriver. Instead of plastic spudger, you can use flathead screwdriver. Just be careful because you're working with plastic. You don't want to damage it. And how does it manifest? Remember, this is an intermittent problem. So sometimes you will start the car and the airbag symbol will not come up. It's on. So this is how it manifests. See the airbag right there, right? Now, let's turn it off. So the problem is confirmed. Now we just need we take this off, and we have two screws over here. Let's see. sunroof. Turn it around. Like so. Two more screws here. And there. And two more screws holding the actual panel. And there. Now, there's a zip tie holding it, and I forgot to bring the wire clippers. So let me grab that. Okay, that is our panel. You can so depending on the model, these two wires will be either connected to this, or there's going to be a separate wire. You could disconnect, basically unscrew this, all right, with the button, because this provides nothing but the 12 volts, and it's grounded through this button, right? You could even cut these wires, but the easiest way is to just pack this up like so, if this is the model you have. Otherwise, this will be a separate thing, just this, right? You pack it up, you send it to me. I fix it, I send it back, charge you $35. Let's let's get it on the bench. All right, so we have it on the bench. Our culprit is here. Few resistors on both sides, and now let's take a look at them. Like so. And one crack over here. See that? So that's crack number one. Crack number two, right here. Crack number three, right here. This one is on the verge of cracking. Yeah, it's not cracked yet, but it's on the verge of cracking. And this one also not cracked, and this one's also good. So we have three cracks over here, corresponding with those three LEDs over here. Now let's see, what do we see here? So we have some crackings. Nope, nope, and nope. And on this side, these ones are also good. Yeah, I've never seen it cracked on this side. It's these ones because they're pretty big, and I'm not sure why they crack, and only on this side. I don't think I've seen them cracked on this side. Alright, so now what our repair is going to be. As I said, it's relatively simple, but as with Subaru Gen 3, I don't know what kind of solder they were using, but you can do it the quick way, the easy way, or you can do it the right way. By right way, I mean remove the old solder and replace it with new. What you could do is just float it, soak it in new solder. That'll also work for a while. So we're gonna need a wick. Let's use this one maybe. It's a very old wick. Now let's use the good one. How do you know if the wick is good? Because it says right there, good. G-O-O-T, good. So this one's good. We're gonna need a little bit of scissors. We're gonna need an iron set to 380 degrees. And we're gonna need some flux. We shall use RMA flux. Why do we use RMA flux? There's not only one kind of flux, right? You need to use flux for everything. Every time you work with solder, in any capacity, you need flux. There is a little resin flux inside the core of the solder, but that's not enough, especially when you want to desolder something. So let's use this one. This is a fancy one. Quite expensive actually. And you can see how the texture of it is, consistency. There. Now we're gonna get some good wick. Clean the tip. Let's get some fume extraction here. As it's stinky. Okay, nice and clean. Next one. Now, the easiest part. Heat this up and let it soak. And there, look at this. Look at this solder and look at the original solder. See the difference? What is different about the solder I use? It contains lead. Actually, a lot of it. The majority of it is tin, but the big part of it is lead. And there. You want it to be nice and shiny. If it's not shiny, that means you overheated it. Usually. It could also mean that you did not use the flux. That would also give you a horrible soldering. Now, some isopropyl alcohol. If you use RMA flags, because you can use NC flags, which is a little more friendly. It stands for no clean, but obviously you always have to clean it. But with RMA especially, you want to clean it really well, because RMA flags is a lot more reactive, corrosive even. So you don't want to leave any of it. And can you see the original flags over here, left by the factory? That's not good. Well, they don't use RMA, so. But why would you not clean that? So you're gonna make it better than factory. There. Okay, since I'm doing this for myself, I'm not touching the other side of the resistor, right? But normally when I do it for you guys, I replace the solder on the other side as well, just to be sure. Not necessarily needed. As you can see, I didn't even test it, because it's very easy to test. You just connect 12 volts to these pins over here and just see if the LED is lighting up. And in this case, it won't be lighting up. Or if you press on the resistor, it does light up. All right, a typical cracked solder. I didn't do any of that because my car is literally in the driveway, and it doesn't take that much time to get it out. So if there's any further problems, I can fix it, no problem. And I don't need to test it on the bench because the car is literally right there. But that's all that it takes. So this is like at least $300 back in your pocket. And not to mention safety, right? you want your airbag to work on your car, right? At least I prefer mine works on my car. Not that I rely on it too much, because I don't drive fast, and and it's not like it prevents the car from working altogether. I just drove over 2,000 miles from Jackson to Atlanta, from pretty much almost the border of Wyoming and Idaho to southern Georgia. And of course, going down Appalachians, I discovered I have no brakes. That was fun, and it's actually second time that happened to me. First in Tetons, going down the Teton Pass, and now going down the Appalachian Pass. So that was a lot of fun. All right, let's put it back in the car and confirm that the problem went away. All right, and now everything in reverse. So first the funnel goes back in, 2 screws. And then the cover. You actually don't need, if you're sending this entire assembly, you don't need to attach any of this. You can just leave it as it is, all screwed in, which means you only have to take care of those 2 screws and 2 clips to get to it. All right, the assembly like this. So just disconnect these 2 and send it over. But that means it's also the lights. I will also check your light bulbs, clean them if need be. Okay, no. Like so. And now and no airbag symbol. All good. Don't mind the check engine light, that's unrelated to this repair. I need to fix that as well. But no more airbag symbol. As you can see, all LEDs are lighting up now. So this is the repair. Nothing more to it. Now you can get into mild accident to cause the airbags to deploy. No, don't do that, obviously. All right, this is the repair. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you're in need of this repair, you know how to disassemble it, send it over to me. It costs $35 in my shop, and that saves you a lot of money on the mechanics. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Black Horse Repairs, subscribe. You heard me.